I have lots of these diaries or these notebooks that I keep track of various things I want to do, various ideas, various plans, various insights that I've developed about my business and about my market. And I keep track of them, and I've got boxes of these things from over the years. It's fascinating to look back at various things because I have all kinds of notes in here and diagrams. I don't know if you can see any of that, but all kinds of things that I'm doing and planning and so forth. And the thing that this process really reveals to me when I look back at it is how much time it takes to understand something, to lay the groundwork, to implement it, and to put it in motion. And the fact that you have to stick with it for a period of time. I look at some of these things here. There are things that it might take a year to do. It's an idea you've come up with, and it might take a year, week by week, month by month, to really implement. And it's wonderful to look back and say, "Wow, I've done these things that I wanted to do." So I'm making the point here that planning is I have different views about planning. What I like is not a plan that is a big thick binder with dusty notes. What I like is a plan that's actionable, that when you really get to the core and you figure out, okay, what is it that I should be doing? Who responds to my product, for example? What do they look like? What's their age? How do I reach more of them? And what are the tangible steps I need to take day to day to get them? So, things like that are less philosophical. Well, I shouldn't say that. I like philosophical. I think you have to understand that. But what I mean is less academic. Something that is really actionable. You understand the philosophy, you understand the thinking, but it's actionable. It's something you can really do. You can figure out how to apply the knowledge. It takes time to really do it. It takes time to implement, and there's no point in having notebooks with notes and plans if you don't really implement them. I am really fastidious about focusing on implementation, focusing on whatever the steps it take, and that's why time will often pass. I'll go past a year without even realizing, because I'm so focused on a particular objective every day. As I said in one of the earlier videos that I shot, the last 2 years have zipped by because I've been so focused on a couple of key objectives, understanding a couple of key things and really implementing them. So your plans are going to take time. You have to really get to the essence of what you intend to execute. You need to get it down in some form that you can understand and review. You need to regularly go to it and analyze where you are relative to those plans. When there are situations that override those plans, new ideas and new insights that you need to make a change in, you need to make that change. But a lot of times, it's really, the issue is execution. The issue is not, and I won't even say a lot of times, all the time, it's execution. It's you have a great idea, but you haven't figured out how to implement it, and you haven't really taken the steps to implement it, and you haven't given yourself time to implement it, and you haven't called the right people together to implement it. So I want you to think about your planning, but also think about your execution, and also think about the time it's going to take to implement something, and be prepared for it, and be diligent about it, and be committed to it, and get it done. It's a step-by-step process. Next year you might say, look, there are 5 things I need to do. There might be 3 things you need to do. Maybe there's 7 things you need to do. It isn't 15. It isn't 20. It isn't 12. It's more like 5 to 7 things that you need to get done that will make a big difference in your business. Get them down, get them in a notebook, get them in your journal, get them in your smartphone, and go to work on them, and get those pieces that you need to fit together in your business to fit together because you're executing. The great thing is when you see these things come alive, when you say, look, I needed to write that report and I got it done. I needed to build my database, I got it done. I wanted to do that event, I got it done. I wanted a new branding exercise, I got it done. I needed to write a book, I got it done. When you think about whatever those elements are, that's exciting. It's really exciting. And that's what business is about. It's about execution. It's about figuring out what those things are and executing. So make your plans actionable. Get your plans down so that you can understand them. Look at them regularly. Measure your progress against them. And don't be stressed out about it. Don't be worried about it. Just be diligent in it. And just have some fun with it. And just enjoy the process. And you will get there sooner than you thought you would get there. And you'll look back and you'll be surprised that, wow, look at what I accomplished because I stuck with it. I understood what I needed to do and I did it. Try not to be all over the place. Get really focused in what you need to do. If you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. You want to click my photograph so that you can subscribe. Stay tuned because I've got a lot coming. Share it with someone in your network who will value this. And I will see you next time.